Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a global news report, the Canadian Security and Intelligence Service, CSIS, states that violent extremism radicalization is becoming increasingly complex to counter. Their annual report highlights that a diverse range of beliefs and the proliferation of secret and anonymous online content are making it harder to address and even understand these threats. CSIS notes a rise in religiously motivated violent extremism since the Israel-Hamas war, with multiple plots against Jewish people foiled, although no plots targeting Muslims were observed. Additionally, nihilistic violent extremism, often among youth, is increasing, characterized by a desire for violent chaos and a shared interest in how to commit violence rather than why. Beyond domestic extremism, CSI identifies foreign interference from nations like China, India, Russia, Iran, and Pakistan, threatening Canada's Arctic, critical infrastructure, data, and democracy through cyber attacks, covert activities, and disinformation. The agency is boosting its presence in the Arctic and prioritizing the protection of advanced technology. Global News reports that another Quebec-based furniture company, eSolutions, which includes brands like Bush Business Furniture, Bush Furniture, and Bestar, is ceasing its manufacturing operations immediately. The company's lenders, led by Fédération des Québec Desjardins du Québec, are expected to seek a court order on May 4th to appoint PricewaterhouseCoopers Inc. as a receiver under the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act. The receiver will oversee the orderly wind-down and sale of assets. The shutdown will result in job losses, with some positions ending immediately and others phased out over the coming weeks. Employees will receive wages owed up to their termination date. eSolutions attributed its worsening financial conditions since 2021 to several factors, including ongoing U.S. tariffs, a decrease in post-pandemic demand, heightened offshore competition, and persistent cash constraints. The company also stated that it has been unable to make interest payments to its lenders for over a year. This news follows a similar announcement by South Shore Furniture, another Quebec-based company, which also cited U.S. tariffs and a significant drop in sales as reasons for its closure. Genuinet reports that air passenger traffic from Canada to the United States experienced its 14th consecutive month of year-over-year decline in March. According to Statistics Canada, transborder traffic to the U.S. fell by 7% compared to the previous year, reaching 1.2 million screened passengers at Canada's 8 largest airports. The National Statistical Agency attributes this shift in air travel patterns to political tensions between Canada and the United States, which began in early 2025. In March 2026, transborder passenger traffic to the U.S. was notably 10.5% lower than the same month in 2024, prior to the onset of these tensions. Consequently, U.S.-bound traffic constituted a smaller proportion of overall screened passengers, decreasing from 29.1% in March 2024 to 24.9% in March 2026. In contrast, domestic flight passengers rose by 10.1%, totaling 2.1 million, and international traffic outside the U.S. increased by 3.1%, reaching 1.5 million screened passengers. A policing expert has recommended that the Winnipeg Police Service update its training to incorporate modern de-escalation tactics and to factor in a person's age and cultural background when responding to high-risk situations. Peter Rampat, a former Toronto officer and an instructor at the Ontario Police College, testified at an inquest into the 2020 fatal shooting of Aishia Hudson, a 16-year-old First Nations girl. Rampat stated that the Winnipeg Police Service's use of force policy does not adequately consider recent de-escalation techniques, scenario-based training, or alternative options. He specifically concluded that Kyle Pradinuk's actions, which resulted in Aishia's death after she was shot while driving a stolen Jeep that rammed a police cruiser, were not reasonable and inconsistent with training policies. Rampat highlighted the importance of tactical breathing and mindfulness for improved decision-making. He also emphasized that age and race, particularly for younger individuals who may be more prone to panic, should be crucial considerations. His testimony contradicted an earlier expert, Chris Butler, who had found Pradinuk's actions consistent with police practices. The inquest is examining both the appropriateness of the force used and the potential role of systemic racism, as Aishia was one of 3 First Nations people killed by police in Winnipeg within a 10-day period. This news comes from City News Everywhere. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.